What's going on, everybody? Mr. Ladd over here. Just want to say before we get into the video, if you like this video as well as any other content that is on the channel, feel free to subscribe to my channel, wax the like button for the YouTube algorithm, and stay tuned for more great videos and content that I'll be posting in the very near future. Okay, so without belaboring the point, you can already see in the title what we're talking about today. But when it comes to cleaning wheels, when it comes to effectively cleaning wheels and tires, but today we're going to talk about the wheels. There's really kind of three categories of wheel cleaners that people... Thank you. I live right on A1A and it's crazy over here. But there are three types of wheel cleaners or categories of wheel cleaners that people most of the times gravitate towards. First off, you'll see people using a degreaser of sorts, whether it's Super Clean, Formula 88, Superior Finish, Purple Power, Mean Green, Super Green, whatever, all these different degreasers. You'll a lot of times see people go there. Why do people use a degreaser for wheels? Well, because it does work. Not only that, but it does also work effectively with tires. So it's kind of one product that gets everything done. But unfortunately, degreasers aren't the most effective when it comes to wheels in itself. The second type of product you'll see people go to that you've seen me talk about many times on this channel, but there are various products within this category, is a non-acid based wheel cleaner. Right here I've got Chocolate Thunder, but of course people love PNS Brake Buster, Adams Wheel and Tire Cleaner. There's tons of out there. Malco makes one, and just there's so many different non-acid wheel cleaners. It's kind of now a new norm or a new standard in the detailing industry to have a non-acid wheel cleaner. But something that I've talked about a lot before, I alluded to in one of my most recent videos, and in the beginning of my channel I used to talk about all the time, yet never really took much time to reviewing it and why I use it, is acid-based wheel cleaners. I'll tell you what, guys, acid-based wheel cleaners for me are the quickest way of getting the job done. As long as the wheels are clear coated, I have not seen one issue. Now, you can use acid on chrome as well, although I personally stay away from that. Kind of my rule of thumb, if it has no clear coat on it, I am not putting acid towards it. But if it has clear coat on it, I'm gonna go ahead and put acid towards it. Now, here's one of the things I love about acid-based wheel cleaners. When you use a degreaser or a non-acid-based wheel cleaner, yes, it does clean the wheel. Yes, it does get the job done. But the problem is that there's a little bit of a residue that is left behind. It's like a little bit of a film. It's like if you use certain types of car wash soaps, there's like a slight residue that's on the paint. When it comes to acid-based wheel cleaners, I have not had that issue or experience. Simply how I use it is I'll spray it on the wheel and I'll go ahead and let it sit for about 10 to 15 seconds, no more than that, because it doesn't need to sit longer than that. Then I'll take my pressure washer and I'll go ahead and I'll go right at it, and I'm effectively removing the dirt, effectively taking care of the wheel, and I'm finding myself saving so much time. And as a mobile detailer, time is money. And so I kind of want to take you into it a little bit and show you kind of how and why I use acid-based wheel cleaners. So I don't want to belabor this. I just kind of want to show a quick way of how to use acid. And so as you can see, these wheels are extremely dirty. These 2010s and the older Toyota Scions and even some of the older Lexuses are notorious for the brake dust that gets kicked off of the brake pads. And so my reality in my world is that I get very dirty wheels very quickly. Nothing you can do about it except for replace the brakes, and not interested in doing that right now. But I'm going to go ahead and take my acid-based wheel cleaner. I'm going to go ahead and spray it liberally on the wheel. Now I get this stuff for about $10 a gallon, and I dilute it 1-to-1, so I'm only spending technically $5 a gallon. I can use a lot of it and have no issues and not worry about it and still be economical and be profitable. So I'm spraying it in all the creases and crevices. I'm trying to be very liberal, and I'm trying to make sure I'm touching every spot, because this is a very effective cleaner that wherever it touches, it is going to do a decent job. Here we wait about 10 to 15 seconds as I go and prepare the hose. I bring the hose back, and you'll notice I don't have the pressure washer, but I do have the free-flowing nozzle, and you will even see with that type of hose, we are still going to get great results. Let's take you in to see exactly how it looks right now. Here we can see about 60 to 70% of the brake dust is off the wheel, and we've got a pretty decent amount of cleaning. No, it is not perfect, but when you're working with a free-flowing nozzle, that's going against you. But with the pressure washer, it would be even a lot better. So what we should do now is spray again with the wheel cleaner, the acid-based wheel cleaner. And what we'll do is now we're just going to go ahead and take a wheel brush and take it up to, the creases and crevices. I'm not going to put much thought into it because most of it is cleaned up, but I do want to go ahead and make sure I go through the creases and crevices, that no matter what wheel cleaner you use, those spots can just be a little tricky and a little problematic. But we're even going to see, after just doing a quick wipe down, a quick brush over, it looks really good. And one thing I love about acid-based wheel cleaners is that they are known to brighten up wheels. There's something about the acid that it strips the clear coat on the wheel bare, and it makes it very bright, very clean looking, and the customers actually are very happy. At least in my world, they're very satisfied with the results and how the wheels look. But let's go ahead and let's see. We're going to take in real quick, and you're going to see the power that this acid-based wheel cleaner has because of how effective it was at cleaning. Guys, I know that was a very quick video and kind of a very brief overview of acid-based wheel cleaners, but simply here are my final thoughts about acid-based wheel cleaners, or the category of products in general. As I mentioned before, acid-based wheel cleaners do not leave a residue behind, at least the ones that I've messed with. If there's a lot of different products inside of it, not products, a lot of different chemicals, there's of course variations of formulas, but from what I'm using, what I've been used to using, when I have an acid-based wheel cleaner, that one is diluted 1-to-1. That was from a company called Ultralook. They actually are kind of a sister company of Car Candy. I get it from my local distributor. But when I use it and I spray it on the tire, when I spray it on the wheel, pressure wash it, most of it, even better than a non-acid-based wheel cleaner, more of it will come off. Light agitation afterwards if necessary. Sometimes it is necessary. But in that case, I can actually go ahead and spray a sealant on it, and there's nothing that's really going to get in between the actual product and the surface of the wheel. Nothing kind of gets in the way. There's nothing that is not cross-contaminating, but there is nothing that is kind of inhibiting the bond or getting in the way of that, and it allows for a nice bond from whatever sealant, wax, protection, coating that I decide to use. And so it really does make my job easier in that case. As you saw, I just used a standard hose nozzle, so I did not have the pressure washer, but you even noticed that using a hose in itself, a lot of the dirt came off. I'm gonna say 60 to 70% of the dirt was removed, which with a degreaser or a non-acid-based wheel cleaner, that's not really going to happen. You can still get good results with those products, but you're not gonna be as efficient and as effective. So a couple rules of thumb here. If you are going against some type of uncoated wheel, stay away. Keep acid off of it. You do not need to touch it with acid. I know people, they'll dilute acid like 20-to-1 just to maybe get some water spots off of it. That's up to you. That is your caution. That is a risk that you have to be willing to take as you assess a job. For me, I don't do that. I don't need to do that. It's just not necessary in my world. But when I'm working on a clear-coated wheel, something that has clear coat on it, some type of standard wheel that you'll see, as we say, somewhere around 95% of the cars out there, the population of cars, 95% of them have some type of clear coat on it. I will go ahead and use acid, especially if it's really baked on, really nasty, really disgusting. I don't do it all the time, but it is one of those cases where I know I could comfortably assess the wheel with acid without having any issues. And so guys, I really like using acid, and I think you might want to go ahead and take a look into it if you haven't already. Meguiar's wheel brighteners are a great product. Many companies have what they call wheel brighteners, and 9 times out of 10 they're referring to some type of acid-based wheel cleaner, unless they say on the box it's a non-acid-based wheel cleaner. But most of the times wheel brighteners are going to be an acid-based wheel cleaner. Look into it. Start to experiment with it a little bit. You can go ahead and use it on some the chrome grills if you want to go ahead. I personally don't, but like I said, you can go ahead and dilute the product you can do a very heavy dilution, kind of use it to kind of clean up the water spots on chrome and plastic trim and some of those things. But I tend to stay away from that. I don't like to mess with that. I've never had an issue with it, but I don't like to take that risk. So if you decide to take that risk, do it on your own accord, do it with proper precaution and research going into it. But as far as wheels go, I love it on clear coated wheels. Mr. Ladd here signing out. Thank you so much to everyone for tuning into my channel. I love and appreciate you all very, very much. If you haven't done so already, feel free to subscribe to the channel, wax the like button for the YouTube algorithm, and stay tuned for more great videos and content that's going to be coming out in the future of this channel. Thank you so much, guys. Stay safe. Love you all. Take care.